Hello everyone, welcome back. It is me, Miss Stith, your art teacher, and this week we are going to learn about a woman named Yayoi Kusama. She was born in 1929 in Japan, and she is a very important woman to know in the world of art because she has changed the world of art forever. So what makes her artwork so unique? Well, patterns. I'll say it again, patterns. One last time, patterns. She used dots. Yayoi Kusama was all about dots. Her clothes, she designed fashion. Her furniture, she would make installations and cover an entire room full of dots. She used dots over and over and over again to create infinite patterns. And what these patterns for her were representing infinity. Now, today, you will create your own art using 3 patterns. And here's an example of one of her pumpkin sculptures. She wasn't just a painter or a fashion designer or an installation artist. She was a sculptor, a designer, and everything else. I loved her pumpkins, and that's what I'm going to use for my inspiration today. To draw the pumpkins, you don't have to draw a pumpkin, but I'm going to show you how I draw a pumpkin. I start by doing ovals, and then I do 2 ovals on either sides and add a stem. Then, for my stems in the back, I want to make sure that it goes behind the stem, right? Because a pumpkin is a 3D object. Then I'm going to take a Sharpie, a black one, has to be permanent, and I'm going to outline all of the lines that I just drew on my pumpkin. Now, here we go, patterns. Ready? I am going with dots and these little scallop designs. And I'm going to cover my pumpkin, which is my main object, the focal point of my project, with these dots. And then I changed colors. I used a different colored Sharpie for my stem. And then I'm going to my second pattern. Pattern number 2, I did with a 3rd colored Sharpie on the bottom. Now, the next pattern I am doing with a white crayon. Why, you ask? Because crayons are made of wax, which means that wax will resist watercolor paint. I'm going to use watercolor paint, but you can use whatever materials you have available to you. So I'm doing a pattern in the background of my painting with wax, which you can't see because I used white. Now when I watercolor, I'm going to start with my pumpkin. Watch what happens in the background when I put watercolor paint on top of wax. Check it out, right? It resists. It does not stick to the wax. So I finished doing my background with this watercolor paint, and then I add some watercolor paint to the ground. And finally, I am done my pumpkin. Here is another example that I did for a different class. And I hope that you guys have so much fun, because you don't have to do a pumpkin. You can do something else. Here's some other things. One, of course, is a pumpkin. Stop at any point to see how I draw something. You could do an apple, you could do a gourd. They are so interesting with all of the texture and forms that they have all over them. I absolutely love pumpkin pie and apple pie and all the different flavors and spices of fall. So you could do a slice of pie. You could do candy corn, the most iconic candy for this time of year, I think, but maybe you have your own candy. You could do a stack of pumpkins and get crazy. Now for this one, I'm going to use my Expo markers on my whiteboard and do something different. This time I'm going to do a candy apple. I love caramel apples. And I'm going to go crazy with my pattern again. And one last time I'm doing some more candy corn, doing some polka dot patterns. And that is it. I hope you guys have fun. Submit your artwork, and I cannot wait to see what you do. And last but not least, here's a quote that really stuck out to me by Yayoi Kusama. Every time I have had a problem, I have confronted it with the axe of art. Have fun, enjoy, get creative. I can't wait to see what you do.